Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days and 5 minutes, brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in southwest Suffolk County on Long Island, serving the entire New York, New Jersey, Connecticut tri-state area. And don't forget, they are the largest supplier of rock salt on Long Island because before you know it, it's going to be winter and we're going to be dealing with snow. So give Omni a call, 631-756-1125 for the best prices in town. OmniTrueValue.com is the website. Well, here we are, day 5 of gloom and doom, as I like to call it, and our storm is still there off the Delaware coast, just sort of rotating around, not going anywhere, but hope is there for some movement, and it lies back through here as we have a cold front that is heading eastward, and that front and the upper trough that is with it, plus an upper trough that's moving pretty quickly now southeast out of Canada, is going to get the atmosphere moving again. The traffic jam will be broken, and this system just offshore finally gets out of the way to the northeast. But in the meantime, we have got a ton of clouds overhead, and we had some thunderstorms actually move through parts of the area overnight, and they have moved up to the north. The rain area now has diminished somewhat. If we look on the radar, there is a concentration of some heavier downpours in the Hudson Valley, particularly the middle and upper Hudson Valley up toward I-90. There were also some showers in the lower Hudson Valley from western Connecticut and into parts of northeastern New Jersey. And this is as of 10:45 a.m. Eastern Time. But as we go through the rest of the day, we're going to start to see this area continue to shrink and dry up, especially once the low begins to kick out to the northeast. Notice that except for what you see in terms of some showers back in the upper Mississippi Valley and also in New Mexico and West Texas, much of the nation is very dry. And I think that is going to be the running theme going forward, that we are going to see rather dry weather conditions. If you look at this day 1 through the 7-day rainfall forecast map, it's a little deceiving because of the fact that here on the first day, day 1, we've got rains in the southwest. We've got rains up in the northern Great Lakes. Not a lot here. The lightest green is basically a 1/100th to a tenth of an inch. The darker green is a quarter to a half. You see that also being indicated for southern and southeastern New England down into parts of New Jersey. But then when we look at day 2, much of the country's quiet. Day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, and day 7. Day 7 shows the next important cold front. This is Tuesday into Wednesday. So we've got we're going to get a payback here with some nice weather coming in once we get through today. And as we look at the GFS, you can see the low starting to move southeastward today and then gradually moving away to the northeast. And that sets us up for what should be improving weather conditions later tonight and on Thursday. It'll be just a matter of how quickly do the clouds get out of the way. But winds are going to go around to the northwest. I imagine that will happen very quickly. The risks of coastal flooding going forward are diminishing. We don't have any coastal flood advisories or coastal flood warnings up, so we may be pretty much done with that unless there's some minor leftover coastal flooding that goes on at high tide from Delaware to Long Island. So this will be another day where most of the area will be sitting in the 50s all day, but then tomorrow we'll be up into the 70s with a fair amount of sunshine developing, and even on Friday I think we'll have a pretty good day. The models are not really showing very much with this cold front that arrives later Friday afternoon, so it'll be let's call it no worse than partly sunny with highs low to mid 70s, and then a cool big high comes in with chilly air, but it's just going to go back to what we've had the last number of days with temperatures not getting out of the 50s. That'll be the case, I think, on Saturday as this high builds in. Might be a bit on the breezy side, especially early in the day, and we'll have a good deal of sunshine with just some passing clouds. And we'll start to moderate with the sunshine on Sunday. Temperatures will probably be back up into the 60s, and that'll continue into early next week. There's sort of a weak backdoorish type front here on Monday that is being indicated. You see those light showers in parts of Ohio and western Pennsylvania. They pretty much fall apart. So I think Monday should be okay. Tuesday looks dry. Wednesday we start the prepare ourselves for the arrival of the next cold front. And that might bring maybe some scattered showers here late Wednesday and Thursday as the front goes by. And then beyond that, another shot of cool air for Friday and for next weekend. Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon. 631-756-1125 is the phone number, and the website is omnitruevalue.com. Just want to take a quick look at the tropics here because we do have a broad area of low pressure right in here that the Hurricane Center actually has an Air Force reconnaissance aircraft in here this morning. There's a broad circulation, but it's still not well defined enough. It's going to be on a track, I think, mostly west or maybe slightly west-northwest. But because of the way the atmosphere is set up across the United States, I don't see this turning northward. There's going to be a big ridge of high pressure, a narrow ridge, but a big ridge nonetheless. In the Atlantic that's going to extend from the Atlantic right across the Gulf of Mexico. And that upper high is going to drive this weather system to the west. And once it gets away from the coast of South America and into more open waters, I think there's a very strong possibility that this will strengthen into a tropical storm or eventually a hurricane. And we're going to be talking about that tonight, along with everything else weather-wise on the Joe and Joe Weather Show at 7:35 Eastern Time. We've moved the start time back 5 minutes so that Joe Rayo can get there. He's usually tied up into 7:30. So we're going to start the shows now at 7:35 Eastern Time. We hope to see you then.